Hello everyone and welcome to today's webinar, a live demo of TitanHQ's latest security awareness training solution. Thank you all so much for joining today. We're excited to bring you this webinar. Just before we get started, some housekeeping. The webinar is being recorded and we will send out the recording after the event, so please feel free to share with your team. We'll be doing a survey at the end, so let us know what you think of the survey. Just take a minute and great to get your feedback. For those who aren't familiar with us, I'll just give you a quick introduction. So TitanHQ is a best-in-class cybersecurity platform delivering layered security solutions to MSPs. We're headquartered in Galway, Ireland, and an office in Shelton, Connecticut. We provide MSPs and businesses with cybersecurity solutions including phishing protection, email security, DNS filtering, email encryption, email archiving, and our newly released security awareness training. Some of the features and benefits you can expect within our new security awareness training product include real-time phishing simulations, automated, easy-to-launch campaigns, a focus on human behaviour and real-time responses, comprehensive reporting, AI-driven and tailored content, and so much more. Conor, I'll hand over to you.
Yeah, sure, Treva. Do you want to give me control there, Treva, and I will start the demo of the platform?
Absolutely.
Can you see my global dashboard now?
Yeah, dashboard, no problem.
Perfect. Okay. Yeah, look, thanks a lot, Treva. So let's start off here with our global dashboard within the TitanHQ platform, and what this is basically, this is our centralized management console where you can manage multiple different solutions in a single area. Today we're going to speak about obviously the SAT element, the security awareness training element of the platform, which was recently released. I am going to touch on the email security element of the platform too as well for maybe just 90 seconds to 2 minutes at the start of the call, because I think it's really important to understand the full value of the platform, and we'll touch on that. So to begin with, look, this is your, as I said, your centralized management console here. You can see the various different solutions you have on the left-hand side here. For this demo account, I have email security, I have phishing simulation, and I have security awareness training, which part of security awareness training bundle. I can see, the amount of incidents that are currently happening here. This is all an MSP level, and I can see the amount of phishing simulation lures that have been sent and clicked, and I can see the number of training modules sent and what have been watched. So, we're trying to highlight as much information at an MSP level as possible, and you can action everything at this level too as well. So you have quick actions here. You can add new customers. You can remediate your emails via part of the email security solution. You can create a new phishing campaign, or you can start a new training campaign, all at this level. So just a quick snapshot of at the global dashboard level. The next area, I guess, is where we manage our customers, and this is again centralized, all in a single area. You have multiple tenants. You'll be able to manage them here in a single view. So for this example, we've actually 6 customers. 5 of them are connected, which means they're up and running in the system. For the demo account, we leave 1 unconnected too as well, just to show the Microsoft status here on the right-hand side, which basically means these customers have had their Microsoft permissions accepted, they're fully connected to the system, and they're up and running. They're getting email protection and they're getting security awareness training. The beauty of the TitanHQ platform is, again, it's a single onboarding. So if I have a customer who initially just buys email security, and they really like the solution, and then they want to try out the SAT solution, there's no new onboarding, there's no new configuration. For an MSP, all they have to do is it's a 30-second basically action. So I come in here, I edit my customer, I click next, and I can switch on phishing simulation and security awareness training for the 10 customers or 10 users within that customer tenant. I update the customer. What happens then is that customer now has phishing simulation, security awareness training. If the MSP has auto enrollment and a continuous campaign set up, which I will speak to, that customer now starts to receive real phishing simulation lures and their auto enrollment security awareness training. So at this level here, the customer really try and keep things really easy. Don't want to overcomplicate this screen. It's where you manage your customers. You can also drill into the customers too as well, which I can do here. So if I can drill into a customer level and do specific actions around that user, it's a drill down. It's very easy. I can see here for this customer, for their phishing simulation overview, they're protected. I can see all of the users within that tenant, how many lures have been sent, how many lures have been clicked, and their response rate. So I will come into this in a bit more detail again, but I just want to show the ease of use and the ability to drill down into customers with a single click. So I guess, as I said at the start of the call, I do want to give a quick intro into the email security solution entitled PhishTitan from it was recently called Email Security. We switched the name. As you can see here, this is where you can see all of your emails that have been analyzed, the number of live incidents that are happening, the active user count. So basically, how many active users do you have within your email security tenant? The meat of the email security product is around the incident page. So this is where we manage our incidents, the live incidents. You have a tab here, you have action needed, which basically means these are emails that have been reported back by your users via our own TitanHQ Outlook add-in. So I can see here someone has reported back a clean email. With a single click, I can just view the details of that email here. I get a pop out. I can see clean email. This is for demonstration purposes. I can see who are the affected users, who it's been sent to. I have the headers. I have a single click action button too as well here, so I can remediate, I can mark it safe, I can allow the sender, I can allow the domain. So again, trying to make things as easy as possible for an MSP or an admin who, we know we're time poor and we're trying to make things as easy as possible to action. The other tab is, I guess, it's where the magic of the product is happening in the background. This is the resolve tab. So this is basically the product working in the background, action emails, adding banners, remediating. I can see here an example of a QR code, a malicious QR code has been detected. Part of the TitanHQ platform is we add a red banner. We have dynamic banners. These change based on the types of malicious content. So if it's a spoofing or spam or malicious or malware or phishing, the banner updates and it changes. We also provide reasons for detection too as well, which are very popular for admins to understand, why an email was stopped. And again, you have the received headers and the affected users. Received headers is a very, very nice feature, especially for admins who like to, drill into a bit more detail around the content of the email and understand why it was blocked. We also have a new feature that was recently released called Threat Coach. And basically, this is it's our own proprietary technology working in the background, where basically we see phishing emails and we provide some coaching for the admin to understand, why that email was hot. So again, it's as you can see here, we have a number of reasons. We have a generic greeting, we have urgency, we have impersonation. Another example here, I think there's some financial information in this here. Yeah, so there's some financial information being requested here. So this is just a coaching tool for admins to understand in a bit more detail and understand why a phishing email has been stopped. And again, you can remediate, you can action, you can allow all at this level with a single click of a button. This view as well is also multi-tenanted. So if I go back out here, I can see on the right-hand side here, all of my customers in a single area, in a single view. So I can remediate, I can do bulk actions, I can remediate across my whole customer base, if that's 6, 7, 8, 9 customers, all in a single click. As you can see as well, we also have a very, very slim down configuration page. We don't want to make this thing highly configurable. It just, you set it up and it works. So the two main configurations that you have are manual and auto remediation. Manual, as you saw, is basically when an email gets a banner and gives you some warning and indication of why it was stopped. Auto remediation then is the option where we just remove it from your inbox immediately. So very, very high level. That's the email security solution working. Just wanted to give you a bit of a basis of the platform, because that was the first solution that we went live with, over a year ago now. So that's email security. So onto today's, today's subject of the webinar is phishing simulation and SAT. We spent a huge amount of time speaking to MSPs and IT administrators, understanding their pain points when it comes to a security awareness training solution. And it was around, time and configuration and the overheads that come with setting up a campaign. With our TitanHQ platform, there is no new configuration. As I said, there's no new onboarding. Once you set up a campaign, which I'm about to show you, that's it done. There's no new additional actions. There's no whitelisting or allow listing that needs to happen. Your users will start to get phishing campaigns and security awareness training immediately after that. So setting up a campaign it's a 30-second job. One of the clever features as well as part of the TitanHQ platform is continuous campaign. So a perpetual campaign basically, which is you set up a campaign from phishing simulations, and you get a phishing simulation lure sent to all of your users every 2 weeks via burst and batch, different times, different lures sent perpetually. So there's no new action after that. You get your reporting at the end of the month or whenever it's scheduled, and you'll understand who are your high-risk users, who's clicking on lures, and very, very clever feature. I would say of the users that we've on board, about 90–95% of those use a continuous campaign, again, just for the ease of use and the time savings. So the example here, set up a campaign starting today, click next. I can select all customers by default, or I can select, a particular customer here. I'll do next gen and EcoWave. I click next, and that's it. So as you can see here, this is your summary of what's about to happen. We're going to send a campaign. It's going to run continually, get a lure sent every 2 weeks. You'll get your reporting sent to your admins each month. These are the 2 targeted users. At an MSP level, this is important. You want to know who you're sending the campaigns to. And then you have options here. So you have your campaigns results sent to your admins. Auto enrollment is enabled by default. And we have reactive training, which is on by default. So basically, if a user does click on a lure, again, no new actions from an admin perspective, they're auto enrolled into training. And that's a key feature as part of the SAT solution. So, and we see our users really like that feature. So that's creating a campaign. In the background, what's happening now is all of your users have been pulled into a campaign, it's been synced, and it begins immediately. So I got an email here into my inbox. So basically say this is from the admin. Yeah, so you can phishing campaign up and running. I'm in the MSP inbox here, so I'm just saying campaign up and running. It's targeting these users. Starts on this date, and during this campaign, you will receive monthly summary reports. So basically, that's setting up a phishing simulation campaign. Ultra simplistic. If you want to see any campaign details, then there's hyperlinks here where you can click into the details, and I can see all of my users. I can see who's being scheduled, delivered, undelivered to as well. I can see who's clicked on a lure. So I can see Peter here. He's got 3 clicks, so he needs to be auto enrolled into training, which is currently happening in the background. If I want to get more additional details on the campaign too as well, here I can see my active, inactive states. I can download sample lures too as well, which is basically a PDF of all the lures that we got, which is I think Tree was going to send this out after the call too as well, which will give you a quick snapshot into all of the phishing simulation lures that we send out. We also have a clever feature for an MSP perspective, which is the ability to send a test lure. So if you have a customer and they're not using phishing simulation and you would like to, highlight the benefits of why they should, you can send them a test lure. You can provide some reporting on whether the lure was clicked or not. Have any high-risk users within their tenant too as well. So as you can see, really ultra simplistic here. You're not bombarded with information. You're just getting the right information at the right time all the time. I can see here, just been updated. So there's 2 lures being clicked here with EcoWave out of 6 users. Again, this is only a demo account, so the users are quite smaller. But I can see, okay, that's a fairly high percentage of EcoWave's customer base. They do need additional training. So that's the phishing simulation dashboard, I guess. The next area is security awareness training. Again, very, very similar, experience here from a UI and overview perspective. I can see how many modules have been sent already, how many of my customers are at risk or protected, which basically means how many of my customers are in campaigns versus who isn't in a campaign. And then I also have my active users, again, very similar to phishing simulation, keeping the consistency across the user experience and design across the platform. So again, taking the feedback on board from MSPs and IT administrators, make things easy, make my life easy. Setting up a campaign from SAT is, again, it's 30 seconds. Pick a start date, end date. I can give it a name. I can click next. I can give it a particular trend or a theme within the training too as well. So I know NIST is a popular, compliance that is now becoming more popular. So I can search for NIST here. I can select all of the NIST modules that we have. I can click next. Again, all select customers. I'll pick a different customer today. So Tech Guide Solutions. I click next. That's it. Again, just showing the simplicity of setting up a campaign. This is your summary. So you're going to get a campaign starting on the day. It must be completed by the 5th of November. It's going to this customer, and these are the modules that will be sent. I click schedule. very similar again to phishing simulation in the background. I can see the stats being pulled in now. I can see all of my active users being brought into a campaign. It takes about 15 seconds. Then I'll get an email into my account to say you've enrolled in training. SAT perspective, you have far more granularity when it comes to reporting on phishing simulations for now, obviously, because you know it's the security awareness training where you need to see reporting, you need to see who's doing the training or not. So what we've done in this area is we've followed a similar user experience that we've done with Titan, where you get a pop-out. So I want to see, you know, who's doing the training and who isn't. I click on this here and I can see, okay, I get a pop-out. I can see I have 3 users here. Again, this is a demo account, so users are quite small, but it's just for demonstration purposes. I can see here I have 2 users. 1 is completed, 2 are assigned, you know, so module 1 out of 3. So this is getting your reporting in the UI at your fingertips as easy as possible. To move to another module, again, it's just a click. Again, I see the same 3. So 2 assigned, 1 complete. So again, just focusing on the ease of use to understand, you know, my completion rate across my modules. So this is a full campaign with 12 different modules. So I'm on 6% campaign progress, but I also get granularity into what's happening within the specific modules here too as well. So, you know, you also have a search function. So when you do have a 12 or 24 month campaign in progress, you can search, you know, by module and by user and understand, you know, from a training perspective, how much progress has happened. Again, into the granularity of SAT campaigns, you have your active and not active. So I can drill into the, you know, previous data behind a non-active campaign, because you want to report on, I guess, modules and campaigns that have already happened from a reporting perspective. So I can see here in this example, bit of an issue here in that we have 6 users, 5 have not completed training, and they need to be enrolled back into this campaign again, which can be done quite easily. And then they fall back into a new campaign to complete this progress. So again, additional granularity into what's happening from an SAT perspective. What the actual training looks like then, so I can see I've actually just got an email into my inbox. So okay, so this is the inbox, or this is the email that I've just been sent out. So I've been enrolled into training here. These are the NIST campaigns. I can click on you know, how to protect against phishing. I get a module, I get a pop-up, I can start to watch the video immediately. Once I get to the end of this training, then the system will already be updated. I can come back here and I can see this training has been completed and progress across my overview page will have been updated. So really simple, focusing on the ease of use. We have a huge bank of content updated regularly, updated every month. We add new content. And we update the content with, you know, new and topical modules based on what's happening in the industry. But that's a very quick snapshot of what's happening in the security awareness training solution. So both of these solutions talk as well, so they're integrated. So obviously you have your reactive training elements, you have your reporting elements. Part of your reporting that you get as well as user profiling. So I can see across my user base, you know, is there a correlation between someone clicking on a lure and someone who hasn't done their training and vice versa? So you're building up this picture of, you know, who is a high-risk user versus who's a user within your customer who does all their training on time and doesn't click on any phishing simulation lures and is providing a good security posture for your customers. So that's SAT at a very high level. Again, back to the platform or global level, we have your license usage again. So if you have all 3 solutions in a single area, I can view across my whole customer base the solution, how many licenses are being bought, how many active users I have, is there anyone above or over their license usage? So I can see here Stellar Synergy, you know, they've been issued 5 licenses, their active users are 7. That's a conversation I need to have with these guys to understand, okay, you know, is there additional people who've been added in the last couple of days? This updates every 24 hours. I also need to understand if someone is onboarded and they're under their utilization, is there something I need to do here to understand, okay, how do we get these guys up to 100% utilization, which is obviously very important from a margin perspective. So that's pretty much it, Treva. I know that's very quick, but I guess with these 2 solutions, a lot of the work is in the background. It's under the hood. Again, a quick snapshot of there, creating campaigns. Treva, I know you're going to send around a campaign catalog after this webinar too as well, which will give you a huge amount of insights into the various types of content Our lures are created, you know, every 2 to 3 weeks we have another 100 to 200 lures being created too as well. So the system is constantly updated with new relevant lures. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So happy to answer any questions.
Brilliant. Thanks so much, Conor. Great to see another product in the TitanHQ platform, and great to see how simple it is to set up. I think that's what it's all about, saving time for everyone. So yeah, we've got a couple of questions here that people have submitted beforehand. So we'll run through them now. So yeah, 1 second, I'll just change my screen. So a couple of questions here, Conor. Any questions we don't get to today, everyone, we will contact you directly with the answers. One of the questions came in here, Conor, and says it's easy to deploy the solution, but I think we've kind of covered that because you can see how quickly it is to set up. But specifically for MSPs, can you talk us through that process?
Look, you said MSP probably takes about 30 seconds to a minute. You can add the customer details. Then we get a Microsoft pop-up, which is basically just us asking for permissions to use direct email agent. Once you accept that, you're up and running, and you can send lures immediately. So from a setup perspective, I would think it's really ultra simplistic. You could add, we've seen MSPs add 10, 15, 20 customers within the space of 30 minutes. So it's a very, very simple platform to onboard to.
Brilliant. We love to hear it. And on kind of that same topic, in terms of time management or overhead, is there many overheads kind of requirement after the initial onboarding?
No. Once they create a campaign, then the only other thing that needs to happen after that is basically viewing the reports. Reports get sent out then regularly. With the ability to set up a perpetual campaign with reactive training, once you do that, there's very little to do after that. You may have specific security awareness training campaigns you might want to send up on a quarterly or bi-monthly basis, but from an overhead perspective, when the initial setup happens, it's very, very easy. And with auto enrollment too as well, all you have to do is add a customer to the platform itself. They automatically get synced into a campaign if you so wish, and then that means they're getting lures immediately and they're auto enrolled into any active training campaign. So from an overhead perspective, again, it's very, very little.
Brilliant. That's great. And in terms of reporting, Conor, is it possible to showcase or track the training effectiveness over time?
Yeah, that's a good question, Phoebe. Yeah, I guess you'd view that with the user profile. So, and we are bringing this into the UI as well. So basically, at a point in time, I would be able to see someone who has just been enrolled in a campaign and what their user behavior is like. So are they clicking on lures? Are they interacting with the emails? And then also in parallel, how much training are they getting? And then you can take a snapshot again, 6, 9, 12 months later, and you can view that report to understand, okay, what's their user profile like now? Are they clicking on lures as much? Are they watching their are they keeping up with their training too as well? So it's very, very easy to get some good insights into the user profile from the reporting perspective that gets sent out regularly, but also within the UI. If you go into the direct customer level, you can see the user profiling and the high-risk users there within the UI. So very easy to track.
Brilliant, that's great. Is there expected timeline, Conor, to see improvements in user behavior from security incidents?
Good question, Peter. I probably a very, very hard thing to actually measure, but I would think after a matter of weeks, someone has watched the training and is paying attention to the training and has been all enrolled in a campaign on various different topics like phishing or QR codes. You should expect that the behavior is pretty drastic changes because they're being made aware of the dangers, I guess is what I would say. But I think it's a very unscientific way of measuring it. But I think over a 3 or 6 month period, you should see improvements in the user behavior.
Brilliant. And in terms of the training content, Conor, how frequently is the training content updated to reflect new security threats?
Yeah, it's updated every month, Treva, where we're adding and updating content, and also if there's a particular new trend or new wave of attacks that's happening, we can turn around content very, very quickly as well. So, we've seen that in recent weeks and months with, ChatGPT, and understanding how quickly that's evolving and providing content on the back of that too as well. So, we have a content team that's very and it's very easy to pivot onto new content too very easily, and uploading it into the platform then again, matter of seconds. So yeah, look, we're very, very fluid, but I would say regularly, probably every month, every 6 weeks, we're adding content into the platform.
Brilliant. And there's a content catalog available. We'll be able to access that. Yes, we will send that content catalog after the webinar. So yeah, I think that's most of the questions, Conor. A lot of them are kind of the same things. So thank you so much, Conor, for your time. And any questions that we didn't answer, everyone, we will contact you directly. Just in terms of feedback, as I mentioned at the start, we always appreciate your feedback. So please let us know what you thought of the webinar, the solution, and if you're interested in learning more and getting the personalized demo, please let us know in the survey at the end. Just take a moment to answer. Thank you all so much for attending, and Conor, thank you so much for your time. Really appreciate it.
Not at all, true. Thank you.
Thanks, everyone.